Being a doctor in this country is not easy.
Violence in any kind is not acceptable.
It has demotivated and discouraged an entire generation of young medical students like
So
me.
we all know that since the past 1.5 years, because of the pandemic, the doctors, medical students, etc., have been facing extra pressure. Along with their regular duties, they've had to put in so many number of hours, they've had to sacrifice so many number of hours with their family, friends, etc., to take care of their patients. And this added stress of COVID has not only affected their physical health in general, but has also led to a tremendous amount of burnout for them. The overall stress of the pandemic has led to a rising and alarming level of stress, anxiety, depression, and other sorts of mental health problems in the medical fraternity. And that is not even the main issue over here. That is not even the main issue that we are talking about in this video. Along with all of this stress of COVID that they have been facing, now they also have to face tremendous amount of abuse from the patient's family. Would you like to go to work when you're fearful about your life, when you do not know when you'll be in danger, if you do not know if your patient's family members will come and beat you up? Would you go for work then?
We are tired. No, we are not tired of working. We are tired of not feeling safe at work. When we become doctors, we solemnly pledge to do everything in the best of our abilities in order to save your life. And with every fiber of our existence, we mean it. No, we did not spend 10 plus hours working day and night, keeping our lives, our families' lives at stake to be brutally assaulted by some patient party. I belong from the same college where last year 2 of my seniors were ruthlessly assaulted for a grave mistake. And every medico in this country has committed the same mistake. That is to take up medicine. That too in a country where none of our efforts, let alone validated, aren't even acknowledged. No, we are not thieves. We could easily have taken some other profession which would probably have yielded far more than we earn now. But we took up medicine because we love it. When this pandemic began this year, a lot of my colleagues, and by a lot, I mean a lot of them, including myself, we started giving free consultation. And the sole motive was to reach out and serve. Because for us, our duty comes first.
Hello guys, I'm Dr. Rahul Vishnoy. As a doctor, whenever I listen to the news of a doctor being beaten by the patients or by the attendants, it saddens me deeply. Not just for the one who's being beaten, but just for the ones who are beating and for the ones who are living in this country also. I mean, who are you beating? You are beating a doctor who's the only person apart from your family who's taking care of you. And that too in the COVID times when so many of the doctors have succumbed to this life-threatening infection. And the patients are killing the sometimes beating the doctors to the brink of death. This is deplorable. Violence in any kind is not acceptable. I think there should be a stringent laws for this. Every patient who's being admitted should be made aware of these, if any kind of such situation arises in the future, not just the attendants but the patient too will be held guilty. That being said, I think that sometimes the the under the shortage of the staff is also responsible for such incidents. I remember when I was PG first year, when we used to visit the wards and the clinics, there was just the first year PG is very is quite burdened with all these tasks, and sometimes at the end of the day, you just can't help but screaming out at a patient's attendant and just giving them an earful. So I think somewhere the doctors should also be taught the soft skills, how you are going to talk to a patient, how you're going to talk to the patient's attendants, what are the importance of conversation, conversatory skills, and how you're going to handle a situation in which a mob is being a mob is getting angry. So these all things have to be taught to the doctors.
Hi, I'm a final year medical student. The recent acts of violence against our fraternity have shattered all of us. It has demotivated and discouraged an entire generation of young medical students like me to such an extent that now we are questioning if all these years of hard work are really worth it. We understand the pain, the grief that the patient families go through, but their way of processing it by committing such acts of violence, it stems back to lack of information regarding mental health and ways of processing emotions. We need to understand that medicine has limitations. We cannot just completely cure and heal everything. It is an evidence-based medicine. We work on trial and error system. But despite all this, what still keeps us going, what still keeps us motivated is the sheer purpose of serving mankind. We will get back to work because that's how we are trained.
This abuse against doctors is nothing new. It has been happening for over so many years. It happens all the time. It's just that with smartphone and updated media, we just get to know about it more. And even when we get to know about it, nobody talks about it. But despite seeing all of these videos, despite knowing the dangers out there, despite seeing their co-workers and friends getting beaten up, despite knowing all of these threats, the doctors and the medical students still go out there and do their work. Working in a threatened environment is not good for anybody's mental health. So all we can do is let them be doctors and we can mind our own business. Their mental health matters too.
We do not want you to treat us like gods. We just want you to treat us like
There's
humans.
also, the need of deploying security in the hospitals, where such incidents have happened or where there is more inflow of the patients, where such incidents might occur. So that's it. Thank you.
But this issue is an immediate concern and it needs to be addressed because the hands that heal cannot bleed.